And this is what? Did I say 3? The 2 sulci, superior temporal and inferior temporal, subdivides the temporal lobe on the superlateral surface into 3 gyri. Can you see this? Don't see this. 1, 2, 3. Can you see that?
I want to see. Okay.
This is the superior. You can see this. Superior, inferior. This is the superior temporal gyrus. Superior temporal gyrus is equivalent to primary auditory cortex. Areas 41 and 42 of Rodman. And this is the middle temporal gyrus. Can you see? Middle temporal gyrus. And here is the inferior temporal gyrus.
Is equivalent to what?
No, superior temporal gyrus is equivalent to the primary auditory cortex, or areas what? 41, 42 of Rodman. Are you saying that? I say you should come later. Those of you stand up, go later. Okay, in this way, the superlateral surfaces or surface of the frontal, parietal, occipital and temporal lobes are divided into or subdivided into gyri. Do you follow? Huh? Okay. Now we look at the medial surface. Prominent landmark. Daniel. No, just wait. Can you get me a section brain that is good? Section brain that is good. This one, it's 1 hour. Okay, 9 more minutes. Since so many of you are here, I can take longer. See here. Okay, this is the corpus callosum. Can you see this? On the medial surface, a prominent landmark is what? The corpus callosum. Commissural fibers. Communication. So the corpus callosum is interhemispheric. It interconnects the 2 cerebral hemispheres. Can you see it there? Huh? Don't you see the corpus callosum there? So the corpus callosum is interhemispheric. It interconnects or the first one is better. Okay.
That one is better.
Now this is the corpus callosum here. You can see the fibers. Now below the corpus callosum, we saw the columns of phonics. The columns of phonics below the corpus callosum, as well as the septum pellucidum. Above the corpus callosum lies the colossal sulcus. Can you see that? Above the corpus callosum lies the callosal sulcus. Above the callosal sulcus lies the cingulate gyrus. Can you see this? Above the singlet gyrus, you find the singlet sulcus. You can see the singlet sulcus. That's the singlet sulcus. The singlet sulcus separates the outer part of the medial surface from the inner part. Is that clear? Huh?
Yes.
This is the singlet sulcus, demarcating outer part from the inner part. Next, a somewhat vertical line. Can you see this line? See the line here. A somewhat vertical line divides the outer part of the medial surface into anterior part and posterior part. The larger anterior part is called the medial frontal gyrus. Can you see this? See the vertical line here? You see the vertical line?
Yes, sir.
So this is the medial frontal gyrus.
Medial frontal gyrus.
Behind the vertical line, yes, let me just. Because of the common names. Try them to write endless. Okay, this is the right hemisphere, whereas this is left. So this is medial frontal gyrus, and you can see the vertical line. See the vertical line dividing this into larger anterior part and a small posterior part. Brain size is never the same. People have different brain size depending on the body size. Yes.
And age.
As well as no, it has nothing to do with the age. Okay, that's the vertical line. Now, behind the vertical line lies a quadrangular area termed the paracentral lobule. Let's say paracentral lobule. Can you see this? At the supromedial border, the paracentral lobule is continuous with the precentral gyrus, which is the primary motor cortex. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So at the supromedial border, the paracentral lobule is continuous with the precentral gyrus. Now, behind the paracentral lobule lies the precuneus. Precuneus is also quadrilateral. You can see the precuneus is also quadrilateral. Precuneus. Precuneus, that's this side.
You see all three of them? I'm seeing
The three of them, yes.
Okay.
The three of them. This is one unit. Now, behind the precuneus is a triangular area called the cuneus. Can I see it? A parieto occipital, no sulcus, demarcates precuneus from the cuneus.
Professor.
Hi.
Yes.
Fine, Basi. You're welcome.
Okay. You're demonstrating for them.
Yes.
Alright.
Unfortunately, they have not dissected the abdomen, they have not dissected thorax, they have not dissected lower limb, they have not dissected her neck. The bodies there are rotten, no formalin. So I'm going to tell Opa to make presentation to the vice chancellor for campus.
So how are they
How
going
are they going to write?
to write this teacher system? Maybe they're supposed to all
How are they going to be doctors? Papa has to work out, has to.
And they're not even supposed to use dissected specimen like this. They're supposed to do one dissecting and harvesting this.
They will do that. I teach them Neuro. That's why I'm doing this.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I'm doing this. They start. The exam may be in July. Look.
You guys should take it easy.
We learn from the dead to save the living.
Wow.
If you have not learned from the dead, how can you save the living?
Wow. Deep.
Now, the orbital surface. The orbital surface. This is the orbital surface of the frontal lobe. And this is the olfactory sulcus. Can you see the olfactory sulcus? See it here. Here is the olfactory sulcus. What lies in the olfactory sulcus? Olfactory tract. The olfactory tract lies in the olfactory sulcus. Olfactory bulb and olfactory tract lies here. The olfactory sulcus cut out a median strip. Can you see this strip? Yes. I don't like those people who are there. All of it come this way. So you see what I'm doing. If you're standing, you stand here. Don't stay by behind me. Come over there. This is the rectus gyrus. Olfactory sulcus cut out a median strip termed the rectus gyrus. This is the rectus gyrus. An irregular H-shaped orbital sulcus. An irregular H-shaped orbital sulcus subdivides the rest of the orbital surface into 4 gyri. When you look here, you see the irregular H. See the sulcus. Can you see the sulcus? It has this irregular H. An irregular H-shaped sulcus subdivides the rest of the orbital surface into 4 gyri. Anterior orbital, posterior orbital, medial orbital, and lateral orbital. You can see the sulcus. So the frontal lobe on the orbital surface has how many gyri? 5. Rectus gyrus, anterior orbital, posterior orbital, medial orbital, and lateral orbital. On the tentorial surface, Now, I told you about the, yes, on the tentorial surface, you have the calcarine sulcus. You remember?
Yes.
This is the calcarine sulcus. See it here. Above the calcarine sulcus, what do you find? You find the cuneus. And we saw that the calcarine sulcus has two parts. It has two parts. The posterior part, which is what?
Yes.
Which contains
Yes.
the infundate cortex that constitutes what?
Yes.
That constitutes the primary visual cortex, or areas 17 and 18 of Bodman. Okay? This the cuneus. Now, below the cuneus, you find the lingual gyrus. It's tongue-like. Tongue-like. Can you see this? See the lingual gyrus. It's tongue-like. Lingual. Tongue-like. Below the lingual gyrus, find the collateral sulcus. This is the collateral sulcus. The collateral sulcus runs forwards.
You have to climb. How will you see from there?
See, if you are not seeing, you go out. Go out. You come back. Now, the collateral sulcus has a vertical part and a horizontal part. Above the horizontal part, you find the parahippocampus. The horizontal part of the collateral sulcus is continued to the rhinal sulcus. Above the rhinal sulcus, that cannot be demonstrated here, lies the uncus. Now, an occipital-temporal sulcus. Can you see this? This is the occipital-temporal sulcus. Subdivides the rest of the tentorial surface into medial and lateral occipital-temporal gyrus. So this is lateral, and this is what? Medial occipital-temporal gyrus. Is that clear?
Yes.
All right. Next. Let's see structures below the corpus callosum. One is the thalamus. This is what? The thalamus. That's the thalamus. See the thalamus. The large gray matter in relation to the lateral and third ventricles. Who described thalamus? Who was the first to describe the Galen, about the 2nd century AD. We did all that. Yes. Now, thalamus is bilateral. Remember, the lateral surface of thalamus forms the floor of the central part of the lateral ventricle. You remember? Yes. Okay. That's the lateral surface. other parts of the brain are not here.
I'm not sure it's recorded. The recorded it and went live.
Eh? Let me see. No, removed. Can somebody bring the brain model?
I don't have it on my phone.
The brain model, let me demonstrate.
I always download it.
Daniel, bring the model. Let me show the midbrain, the pons, and the cerebellum, as well as middle of the. How's it going? Okay. Yes. What the question? Now, in this case, where is the frontal pole? Where is the frontal pole? Where is the temporal pole?
Right side.
They are anterior. Occipital pole is what?
Posterior.
So this is what? Right.
Right.
Can you see? And this is what? If you turn it this way, is this?
Wrong.
No. Eh?
No.
Is this left? Ah. So you use the poles. Your guide should be the frontal pole, temporal pole, and occipital pole. But nobody will ask you to which side does the cerebral hemisphere belong. Meninges. That's the cranial dura mater.
Is it drama or piano?
Huh?
I don't know piano.
Pia mater, meninges. I said the meninges. Pia mater, arachnoid mater, and dura mater. They invest. But it is the dura mater that passes in between the different parts of the brain, dividing them into compartments. You know, the brain in the living is fluidy. It has been hardened. You follow?
Yeah.
It's fluidy.
Yes, sir.
When they are hardened, you can hold it. In the living, you can't hold the brain this way. Yet, neurosurgeons perform surgery on it.
Wow.
Yes.
You have to be careful.
They can remove scar tissue from the brain. Scar tissues can be removed. I don't think if it's here. Is it not there that Daniel found?
To fall apart.
How can you?
It's gelatinous.
It's gelatinous. It's fluidy. But you do osteo flapping
What's that?
along the sutures. You can open the skull and access the brain and operate on it.
Osteo flapping.
I could. Now, the frontal lobe lies where? Anterior cranial fossa. Temporal lobe lies where?
Middle cranial fossa.
Huh?
Middle cranial fossa.
Occipital lobe lies where?
Posterior cranial fossa.
What other parts of the brain do you find in the posterior cranial fossa? One, cerebellum. Two, pons, medulla oblongata. Do you follow? Now, where do you find the midbrain?
Middle cranial.
No. No, don't talk. Yes, a fold of dura mater passes between the two lobes of the cerebrum and the cerebellum. This fold of dura mater is called tentorium cerebelli. So below tentorium cerebelli, you find what? Cerebellum. Above tentorium cerebellum, you find cerebrum. So that subdivides the cranial cavity into supratentorial part and infratentorial part. So maybe there are textbooks you read, they talk about the supratentorial compartment and infratemporal compartment. Daniel, thank you. Okay. These are the cerebellum. Can you see this? From where does it develop? Cerebellum develops from where? The development from metencephalon, the rhombic lift of the metencephalon. Good. We did this. And we saw that the cerebellum has two hemispheres, joined in the midline by a vermis. Can you see the vermis? The midline by a vermis. And then we saw the different fissures. The horizontal fissure, the posterolateral fissure. We did all that. Now, the brainstem, made up of medulla oblongata, the pons, and the midbrain. Now, I was telling you where you find the midbrain. That was where we were. Let's go back there. The tentorium cerebelli attaches to the superior of the pituitary temporal bones and to the lips of the posterior cranial fossa, on the sides and behind. In front, it has a free margin. It runs much into a tentorial foramen. The tentorial foramen contains the midbrain. Can you see that? Contains what?
Midbrain.
The midbrain, the posterior cerebral arteries, and subarachnoid space. Can you see? If there is meningitis affecting the free margin of the tentorial cerebelli, discover that there will be obstruction of the subarachnoid space, resulting in hydrocephalus. That's we treat this when we come to the neck. I'll take some lectures on head and neck. I don't know when I'll start. Now the midbrain, that's the midbrain, which I told you lies in the tentorial notch. Above the midbrain, what do you find next?
Sir.
Above the midbrain, what do you find next?
Sir.
The internal capsule. Do you remember the internal capsule? Okay, who can name the parts of the internal capsule? Yes. Anterior limb, genu, posterior limb. Yes, 3. Sublentiform and retrolentiform. Of these, which contains the superior thalamic radiation? Where do you find the superior thalamic radiation?
Anterior. Anterior.
Yeah? No. Superior thalamic radiation. Where do you find it? In the posterior limb. Where do you find the auditory radiation?
Posterior.
Huh?
Medial.
Huh?
Medial. Posterior, medial.
You're guessing.
No, I'm not guessing.
You're guessing. Yeah, yes, auditory radiation. Where do you find it? Sublentiform. The sublentiform part. Optic radiation. Retrolentiform. Optic radiation is projection of epistemic nucleus. Optic radiation, lateral geniculate nucleus. Thank you. Whereas auditory radiation is projection of
medial geniculate nucleus.
All right, goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
You have to start the section now.
Okay, sir. I don't know how to say this.
Next batch.
You know how to say Instagram live. You know how to say Instagram live. Bet me, you know how to say Instagram live. Oh, you are going live? Yeah. I don't want to press back now. I don't know how to do it. Okay. No. Are you done going live? I don't know. Let me not press back and I don't know, maybe she was there. She was going live on Instagram. What she was doing? So she doesn't, and I don't know if you pressed here whether this arrow. People commenting. So this is like a private page. Nobody's following me on this page. Let me just set it first. So at least I won't lose it. Please find on Instagram. Wait, if you're going live, save. It will save or archive. Then you cannot download it. I don't have space on my phone. The thing now is let me not miss this thing. That's what I'm doing. Please search for me on Instagram and send to you. No wahala. Wait, let me give her my Instagram. No, just send it on what? If I press this thing now, I don't want to. Don't press anything. Who should I now? This is still recording. That's Jennifer. Do you know how to exit live on Instagram? That's what she was doing is like going live. That means we're going live. It's not even recording. No. That was me. I don't like save. The live. You just end it.
Yes, you can save.
It's save on your archive.
How is your archive now?
Rejoice.
I don't need to go. I've never gone live on this Instagram.
You go. Can you give me your own?
What are you going to do
I
now?
beg now.
If you end the live, it's going to be in your archive.